about people who've been friends for years that finally find this spark that existed.
The addiction in the codependency, like my addiction to Ashton, and that was probably almost more devastating.
The latest now on the Demi Ashton Kutcher divorce. Lots new coming out over the weekend, including speculation that the couple actually had an open marriage.
Recently, Ashton Kutcher has been spilling tea about his ex, Demi. And it's got us all wondering, is there more to the story than meets the eye?
There's a standard you become accustomed to in your life, like being able to see clearly.
You might be thinking, is Ashton just trying to clear his name by throwing Demi under the bus? Well, hold on to your seats because there are some pretty shady allegations against both of them.
We support victims. We have done this historically through our work and will continue to do so in the future.
From being accused of being Hollywood handlers to even more serious offenses, their past is riddled with controversy.
I was a 40-year-old who had a big life, and Ashton's adult life was just beginning. I didn't see all that because I was inside of it. I just felt like a 15-year-old girl hoping.
First, let's talk about Ashton. Known for his charming on-screen persona and roles in hits like That 70s Show and 2.5 Men, Ashton's real-life actions are raising eyebrows.
Can I use your phone?
Sure, yes. Are you okay?
Yeah.
He's recently come forward with claims about Demi, but let's not forget he's had his own share of scandal.
We've been conditioned societally to look at the value of a woman being tied to her fertility. Like, what would an older woman have to offer?
Remember those rumors about his infidelity? And what about those whispers of inappropriate behavior? Is Ashton really the knight in shining armor he wants us to believe?
It took me seriously away emotionally.
But wait, what about Demi? Once Hollywood's darling, her memoir revealed some shocking details about her past, including substance abuse and turbulent relationships.
Do you refer to yourself as an addict?
I fully identify as an addict.
Now, with Ashton's new revelations, we have to ask, is Demi just as culpable? Were her confessions in her book a way to get ahead of the story?
Not because I thought it was so risque or shocking. And I just was so fascinated with why is it being seen as like obscene?
Let's not forget their joint ventures and associations with some questionable figures. They've both been linked to high-profile personalities with murky backgrounds.
What this has done to their lives and how this has disrupted them and stolen their joy were very emotional.
Could they have been involved in something more sinister? Were they playing roles in Hollywood's darker side?
Ashton Kutcher calls him kind, courteous, and hardworking. He has always treated people with decency, equality, and generosity. The letters did not sway the judge.
And here's another twist. Ashton's involvement in initiatives. Is this genuine activism or a strategic move to clean up his image? Could it be both?
My day job is as the chairman and the co-founder of Thorn. We build software to fight exploitation of children.
Is he trying to distract us from his own past mistakes by shining a light on Demi's? It's hard to know who to trust in this web of Hollywood intrigue. Are Ashton's accusations a desperate attempt to save his own reputation? Is Demi being unfairly targeted, or is there truth to Ashton's claims? What do you think? Are they both hiding something bigger than we realize? Stick around, because we're going to break it all down and let you decide for yourself. Buckle up, this is going to be a bumpy ride. Demi Moore and Ashton Kutcher were together for 8 years before calling it quits in 2011. They met in 2003 and made headlines as an unexpected couple, given their 15-year age gap. They tied the knot in 2005, but split after 6 years of marriage. 2 years after their divorce was finalized in 2013, Kutcher married his former co-star, Mila Kunis. Meanwhile, Moore is currently dating celebrity chef Daniel Humm. Kutcher has stayed close with Moore's 3 daughters, Rumor, Scout, and Tallulah, from her previous marriage to Bruce Willis. Kutcher shared his thoughts on his bond with the girls, saying, "I think you try, but at the same time, I am not their father. I always respected Bruce Willis and think he's an amazing guy. If the girls don't want a relationship with me, I won't force it, but they all do, and it's great." But was it really this beautiful the way he described? Moore and Kutcher hit it off after meeting at a casual dinner with friends. By May 2003, they were already sparking rumors when they were spotted on a double date with Sean P. Diddy Combs and Kim Porter in Miami. An onlooker told people that Moore and Kutcher shared a very romantic kiss as they left the restaurant. Fast forward to 2005, Kutcher hosted SNL, and Moore made a hilarious cameo poking fun at their 15-year age gap. During his opening monologue, Kutcher introduced Moore to the audience. She had on old age makeup and used a walker, pretending to be way older than her 42 years at the time.
It bugs me. There's so much of these so-called celebrity magazines that focus on our age difference, and I don't get it.
Moore and Kutcher tied the knot in a cozy ceremony at their Beverly Hills home with 100 guests. It was a beautiful wedding, a friend of Moore's told People. It was incredibly unpretentious, representing who they really are. Another friend added, there was just so much love in the room. After the wedding, the couple tried in vitro fertilization, other fertility treatments, and even considered adoption. Tragically, at 42, Moore suffered a miscarriage 6 months into the pregnancy. Reflecting on that time, she told Diane Sawyer in 2019, I can't even really bring fully to words how lost, empty, desperate, confused I felt. I really lost sight of everything that was right in front of me, which was the family that I had. In November 2019, Moore and her daughters Rumor and Tallulah talked about that difficult period on Red Table Talk. She wanted to have another baby and then it wasn't happening, and there was so much focus on that, Rumor recalled. It was like, oh, well, we're not enough. Moore also spoke to Access Hollywood about co-parenting her 3 daughters with her ex-husband, Bruce Willis, emphasizing how they always put their kids first. She highlighted the positive relationships they maintained with each other and their new partners. Bruce and Ashton have a mutual respect for one another, and we approach it really as a team, Moore said. We're a team, and we want the best for our children. With tabloid rumors swirling about Kutcher's infidelity, which Moore would later address in her memoir Inside Out. The couple put on a show of solidarity leading up to their 5th wedding anniversary. Kutcher visited Moore on the set of The Reasonable Bunch, with a source telling People she gushes over Ashton. You could hear them laughing in her trailer. However, the following year, rumors began to surface that Moore and Kutcher were having difficulties. Just a day before their 6th wedding anniversary, Moore quoted the Greek philosopher Epictetus online, tweeting, "When we are offended at any man's fault, turn to yourself and study your own failings, then you will forget your anger." But according to her recently published memoir, Inside Out, several factors ultimately led to their divorce. One of the reasons, she reveals, was their age difference. As Moore reveals in her memoir, there is a 15-year age difference between the former couple. But according to the Ghost star, they couldn't feel any sort of gap in their relationship. According to Moore's memoir, multiple factors led to her divorce from Kutcher. As she reveals, her struggles with addiction, along with Kutcher's cheating scandals, ultimately severed their union. But one factor that she didn't really consider until later was their age difference. As Moore admits, they were in 2 totally different stages in life. When I met the man of my dreams, trying to stay close to him became my addiction, she writes. Ashton had seemed like the answer to my prayers, but when we met, I had the experience and the preparation to be really committed. For him, it was still the journey. He was still figuring out who he was. The thing I didn't fully take into consideration was when Ashton and I were falling in love, is that what was magical to me and what was magical to him might not have been the same thing. She continues, I felt connection, communion. He was stepping off a private plane for the first time and coming into my home, my family, which I'd long since created, and I had a body of well-known work in a very field he aspired to conquer. And when the age difference was revealed, Moore got herself embroiled in many controversies. Footage of Demi Moore kissing a 15-year-old boy has resurfaced online, and once again it's left people horrified.
It's awful what she did. Shut up, Sean. She didn't kiss. She just... Okay, one more time.
This is not your peck on the cheek affair. The clip shows the G.I. Jane star repeatedly kissing him on the lips, despite the obvious age difference between the two. The footage was originally unearthed by Entertainment Tonight, showing Moore, who was 19 years old at the time, at the 15th birthday party of her General Hospital co-star, Philip Tanzini.
Now where are we supposed to go to sit?
You can sit right over there.
Thank you very much.
At one point in the video, the actor, who was married to Freddie Moore at the time, turns towards Tanzini so their faces are level before locking lips with him. The pair only stop when a singer launches into a rendition of Somewhere Over the Rainbow, which seems to distract Moore. Later on, they are being interviewed while sat at a table, and once again she leans in for a kiss, despite the fact that there's a young child wedged between them. She then tells the interviewer, "He's one of my favorite people ever," before adding, "I love Philip." At the end of the segment, Philip jokes, "We're going to get married, by the way. Don't let her husband find out," as Moore exclaims, "I can't wait." When the footage emerged online several years back, viewers described her actions as creepy and disturbing. And many feel much the same after it was shared by Twitter user @BernieSpofforth this week, who wrote, "Hidden in plain sight, Demi Moore kissing a 15-year-old boy, because she could." Although some men joked that they'd be stoked to kiss a famous actor at that age, users were quick to point out that this viewpoint would not be the same if they switched genders. One person wrote, "This is absolutely illegal and gross. Looks like Kieran is extremely uncomfortable, poor kid." Another one added, "This is absolutely unacceptable and disgusting. Why is this allowed? This is child." One more person added, "Now we know why she went for Ashton. Always liked them young. Just wow." Yes, people started thinking that she might be into younger partners. But do you know Ashton is clean? Doesn't it seem unreal? Like, is he saving himself by talking about more? The recent spotlight on Sean Combs, with increased scrutiny from both the authorities and the public, seems to have drawn more people into the drama surrounding him. Ashton Kutcher, a longtime friend of Combs, appears to be the latest celebrity caught up in the mix. Their bond dates back to the early 2000s when they were both heavily involved in producing shows for MTV. Kutcher, fresh off the success of his show Punk'd, received a call from Combs, and they soon found themselves tackling the New York City Marathon together.
And he came over and I was like, "I'm going for a run." He was like, "Oh, I'll go for a run with you."
Since then, their friendship has been strong. However, recent events have thrust Kutcher into the spotlight alongside Combs due to some past remarks resurfacing. During an interview on Hot Ones, Kutcher was questioned about his friendship with Combs and the infamous parties he was known for throwing. While Kutcher's response was initially overlooked, it's now being revisited in light of the mounting accusations against Combs. Ashton notably sidestepped the question, implying there were aspects he couldn't openly discuss. He cryptically hinted at this by stating, "I've got a lot I can't tell," before pausing to consider, "I can't tell that one either." Back then, it seemed like harmless fun, just two friends sharing a laugh. But now, with federal agents raiding Diddy's residence in connection to a probe, people are scrutinizing Ashton's previous comments. They're questioning whether he might have known more about those parties than he revealed. Did he overlook something shady happening? This isn't the first time Ashton has faced public scrutiny. Just last year, Ashton and his wife, Mila Kunis, faced backlash for standing by their That 70s Show co-star, Danny Masterson. Masterson was convicted of SA2 women and is currently serving a 30-year prison sentence. In response to the entire situation, one of Danny's victims and his former girlfriend, Chrissy Carnell Bixler, has chosen to speak out about Ashton Kutcher and Danny Masterson. Her revelations are quite astonishing and offer a new perspective on the story. So let's get started.
When two women say he them in his Hollywood Hills home, now Masterson may not be a free man until he's in his 70s.
Chrissy Bixler bravely came forward as one of Danny Masterson's victims in November 2017. In 2019, she, along with actress Bobette Riales and two anonymous women, filed a lawsuit against Masterson and the Church of Scientology. Recently, she posted a series of interviews with Ashton Kutcher in which he disclosed a disturbing bet made by Masterson, offering Kutcher $10 to French kiss a then 14-year-old Mila Kunis when Kutcher was 19.
She was with Danny through a lot of the 70s Show stuff, so she knows these two.
When the first episode of That 70s Show aired, featuring Kutcher and Kunis as fictional love interests, Kutcher was 20 years old. In a clip from a 2002 episode of The Rosie O'Donnell Show, where Kutcher and Kunis appeared together, Kutcher confessed to O'Donnell that they were informed they would have many kissing scenes, and he expressed concerns about the legality of it due to Kunis' age at the time.
She was 14 when we started the show. I was like 9 19, right?
Right.
And they're like, okay, you guys are going to be making out in this scene. And I'm like thinking like, wait, this is like slightly illegal, right?
The actress then disclosed that Masterson made a bet with Kutcher, offering him $10 if he French kissed her during their first kiss on the set, which also happened to be Mila Kunis' first kiss in real life. Kunis said, "It was like the first week. I was a 14-year-old little girl, and I was extremely scared for my life." The same video has also circulated on the social media platform X, where one person wrote, "Mila Kunis, I was a 14-year-old little girl, Ashton Kutcher, and Danny Masterson betting $10 for a grown man to stick his tongue in a child's mouth knowing it was first kiss, and she had to do it for the show. Literally so disgusting." Bixler also shared a statement on Instagram regarding the news of Masterson being sentenced to 30 years to life for 2 counts of R. She wrote, "I'm still processing everything that happened at the sentencing. I will say that last night I had my first solid and peaceful night's sleep in years. I just want to thank the following people for their tireless fight in helping us get justice." Bixler went on to name the Honorable Judge Olmedo, DDA Reinhold Mueller, DDA Ariel Anson, George Gascon, and the Lada's office, Detective Javier Vargas, victim's advocate Rosario Mariscal, our angel and fierce protector Leah Remini, Rinder Mike, Asmith Levin, Yasha Raleigh, Lisa Bartley from ABC7 LA, my incredible husband Cedric Bixler Zavala, and for my sister survivors Jen, Nisha, Bobette, Trisha, Kathleen, and to the rest of his survivors, known and unknown. I hope you're all experiencing justice, and I pray deep healing for us all. She concluded her post by saying, "Danny Masterson will never harm another woman for as long as he shall live. To all the victims of Scientology, we aren't finished yet." She also reacted to the viral videos of Ashton Kutcher. And now former That 70s Show heartthrob Ashton Kutcher is currently finding himself in the midst of a resurgence, but not the type he might have expected. The actor is now facing significant online backlash as clips from his past resurface following his support for his sitcom co-star Danny Masterson.
It was like war games, you know? But nobody was going to take your pictures, so you could really wow out, and nobody would know what you did last night.
I have more photos of Commando Kutcher.
Chrissy then used her Instagram story to post old videos of Ashton Kutcher from the early 2000s. These clips showcased instances where Kutcher made inappropriate comments, a particular focus on underage actress Hilary Duff and his now wife Mila Kunis.
She also has an album out. She's going to be in a movie called Cheaper by the Dozen, and she's one of the girls that we're all waiting for to turn 18.
In a video from a 2003 episode of Punk'd, Kutcher made a comment about singer and actress Hilary Duff, who was only 15 at the time. Further complicating matters, Bixler shared an old clip from the same Rosie O'Donnell show appearance in which Kunis recounted an uncomfortable incident. Kutcher had apparently made a side bet with Masterson about French kissing her when she was only 14, underscoring an alarming disregard for boundaries and consent, even if it was meant as a mere joke at the time.
Biliyorum. Bu durum ailemi de üzüyor.
Kamera dışında çok hoş bir kadın olduğunu biliyorum.
Teşekkür ederim.
Sen nesin? Hepiniz 19 yaşındasınız.
Another rediscovered clip featured a teenage Mila Kunis seated on Ashton Kutcher's lap in a promotional video for That 70s Show. In this clip, Kutcher made inappropriate comments while laughing and engaging in physical interactions with Kunis, who appeared visibly uncomfortable.
Soy Ashton Kutcher y soy de That 70 Show TV. No, That 70 Show 2. Y la razón por la que hago esto no es porque creo que en griego sea bueno, sino porque yo...
The clips shared by Bixler have brought attention to these past incidents, with the intention of holding Kutcher accountable for his comments and behavior, especially in the context of his support for Danny Masterson. Bixler has even drawn parallels between Kutcher's behavior and that of Masterson, who was convicted of the controversy surrounding Kutcher and Kunis, reached its climax when they wrote supportive letters for Masterson before his sentencing. In these letters, they praised Masterson's character and conveyed their belief that he did not pose an ongoing threat to society. These statements ignited widespread public outrage, as they appeared to downplay the severity of Masterson's crimes and undermine the voices of the victims. Kunis, who is now married to Kutcher, emphasized Masterson's role as a husband and father to his daughter, portraying it as truly exceptional. She also credited Masterson for his unwavering commitment to discouraging substance use. She wrote in her letter, "Throughout our time together, Danny has proven to be an amazing friend, confidant, and above all, an outstanding older brother figure to me. His caring nature and ability to offer guidance have been instrumental in my growth both personally and professionally. Witnessing his interactions with his daughter has been heartwarming and enlightening. She further added, he prioritizes his family, education, and happiness above all else, demonstrating his unwavering commitment to being a loving and responsible parent. As a father, he leads by example, instilling in her values that reflect integrity, compassion, and respect for others. Coonies also wrote about Dani's influence over her. She wrote, his influence on me in this regard has been invaluable. In an industry where the pressures and temptations of substance use can be overwhelming, Dani played a pivotal role in guiding me away from such destructive paths. Kutcher expressed similar sentiments in his letter to the court, describing Masterson as an excellent role model and a dedicated and loyal husband. In contrast to the depiction of Masterson as a by his victims, Kutcher recounted an incident where Masterson bravely came to the defense of a vulnerable woman. He wrote in the letter, while I'm aware that the judgment has been cast as guilty on 2 counts of R by force, and the victims have a great desire for justice, I hope that my testament to his character is taken into consideration in sentencing. I do not believe he is an ongoing harm to society, and having his daughter raised without a present father would be a tertiary injustice in and of itself. These letters were made public a day after Los Angeles County Superior Court Judge Charlene Olmedo issued a sentence for Masterson. Unless successfully appealed, this sentence essentially means that the actor won't be eligible for parole until he reaches senior citizen status.
We are aware of the pain that has been caused by the character letters that we wrote on behalf of Demi Masterson.
However, the response to Kutcher and Coonies was immediate and harsh, with many accusing them of prioritizing their friendship with Masterson over supporting SA survivors. In response to the backlash, the couple posted a video on social media where they issued an apology. In the video, they emphasized their support for victims and expressed regret if their letters were misinterpreted or caused further harm to survivors. One person wrote, "They are both gross. They aren't sorry. They are pissed off that the letters went public. I know a dude, known him for 25 years, who got coked up and his GF. If his family asked me to write a character letter, the nicest thing I could do would be to say, no, I won't be doing that, thanks. They were under no obligations to write any letter. They did it because they wanted to." Another person added, "An important piece is that they didn't know that the letters would be instantly public. A stipulation for them to write the letters was that they would be sealed. It was recommended, but the judge ignored it, so the letters were open to the public immediately." The controversy surrounding Kutcher continues to ignite discussions about accountability, especially concerning celebrities and their past actions. It underscores the significance of understanding the repercussions of one's words and deeds and the responsibility to stand by survivors of SA. It has become common knowledge that Ashton Kutcher is the individual known for revealing suspicious activities within Hollywood. However, his statement has generated significant attention and discussion among internet users.
Ashton Kutcher calls him kind, courteous, and hardworking. He has always treated people with decency, equality, and generosity. The letters did not sway the judge.
Well, the letter not only fell short in its attempt to influence the judges, but also failed to resonate with the general public. This development has led to fresh speculations suggesting that Ashton may be concealing his true identity as a gatekeeper for Hollywood elites. During an interview, this is what Sharon Osbourne said.
Make me feel bad.
Okay.
Oh, name the rudest celebrity you've ever met.
Oh, this is perfect for you, Sharon.
The guy that's married to an actress and he used to do that 70s show.
Oh, Ashton Kutcher?
Yes.
Really?
Ashton Kutcher. Oh, rude little boy.
So both Ashton and Moore recently have been embroiled in many controversies, and people suggest that the both may have worked together as alleged handlers as well. That's it for today. See you in the next video. Until then, goodbye.